Hierarchy of the Illuminati. Many do not want to believe that the Illuminati consider it their responsibility to control planet Earth. This group, small in number, is so powerful and controls so much wealth and property that they can be considered an independent nation-state. They control the major and minor political parties. They control the process of government, information flow and creation of money. They have infiltrated every facet of the world, even the church. There is nothing left untouched by the Illuminati. All national Illuminati councils report to their Supreme World Council, which acts as the precursor to the New World Order government as soon as it comes into being. Top figures within the 33rd degree of Freemasonry are also the ringleaders in the Illuminati. The Rothschild families in the US, Britain and France have seats in the Supreme World Council. They believe they are descendants of royal bloodlines, as well as the unbroken occult heritage. Emerging economic collapses. They are organizing the emerging economic collapse followed by martial law. Then bankers and governments will immediately recall all debts, while most people cannot pay and are thus declared bankrupt. This causes global financial panic. This scenario had long been planned by the Illuminati, who control the people through money. Anonymous Illuminati insider reports that politically they are a reclusive group, with straw-biting mentality, as everyone wants to be promoted. They are not nice people, they manipulate and abuse others. They poke their eyeballs out at status, power and money. They never reveal their agenda or cult activities. While publicly within the community, they are respected, Christians, and corporate executives. Social image is very important to the Illuminati. They undertake everything to keep up a normally respected facade to avoid exposure. Another whistleblower is a generational member of a ruling bloodline family, proclaiming under his pseudonym, Hidden Hand, our lineage can be traced back to ancient times. From the very first record in history and beyond, our family has somehow run the game from behind the scenes. Our origins predate even the rise and fall of Atlantis. We were born to lead. We are part of the current paradigm. There are 13 basic or original core bloodlines. Hidden Hand contradicts British author David Icker's belief that these families are full of reptilian creatures. He says, we are definitely not reptiles. And there is nothing remotely reptilian within the true power bloodlines. Position of humanity on polarized planet. Hidden Hand explains the current state of humanity on our polarized planet. The thought is focused creative energy. You get exactly what you put into it. Why do you think the media is so important to us? You have, as a society, in your hypnotized comatose state, your free will has been given away to the state to bring about the situation the planet is in now. You saturate body and mind with unhealthy food and info, served on television, to which you become addicted, such as violence, materialism, pornography, greed, hatred, selfishness, continuous bad news, fear and terror. Negative harvest. When was the last time you stopped to think of something beautiful, something pure? The planet is the way it is because of your collective thoughts about it. You are complicit by your passivity, looking the other way every time you see injustice. Your thoughts are at the subconscious level of creation given to you by the Creator, and that is why you allow these things to happen. In doing so, you serve our Illuminati purpose. It is very important for us that the polarization of this planet is negative, at the time of the Great Harvest. That means self-centered service, as opposed to positive service to others. We need negative harvest, and we are delighted that you are helping us achieve our goal. We are very grateful to you. Hidden Hand says that all youngsters born into Illuminati families are carefully schooled in subjects such as the military, government, spiritual life, science and leadership. We have key positions on all these important subjects, he says. With the addition of the complicit apparatus, viz. or financial structure, which is our property, with this all the basic conditions are covered. Be assured that this is not a fabrication or disinformation. According to writer-researcher Salah. In my opinion, it is a true revelation by an insider of an organization called the Family, which is covertly involved in running both Earth and other planets by high-ranking elites in key social and political institutions. Committee of 300. Western Europe, with the exception of the German Empire, was united by the House of Guelph in 1815. The German Empire was conquered in 1918 after World War I, with the Russian Empire and the Ottoman Empire. The Thousand-Year War between the Guelphs and Ghibellines finally ended with the World War II Axis defeat, and introduction of nuclear weapons. Since then the world has been under monopoly control. The Axis powers, originally called the Rome-Berlin Axis, was a military coalition that started World War II and fought against the Allies. Its main members were Nazi Germany, the Kingdom of Italy and the Empire of Japan. The Axis was united in their opposition to the Allies, but otherwise lacked similar coordination and ideological cohesion. The victors of World War II played off the Germanic race as losers in that ideologically staged war. In fact, the Germanic race was a spectacular winner, crushing the mighty Japanese Empire and recapturing control of the Holy Land. Communism was allowed to spread through Eastern Europe and Asia and proved an improved method of conquering peoples than by warfare. Communism in the form of socialism, results-oriented education and manipulated mass media spread through the Western world, converting people to Marxist-Leninist ideology by suggestion. After World War II, the Tavistock Institute was founded in London in 1946 with a grant from the Rockefeller Foundation. Tavistock's pioneering work in behavioral science along Freudian lines for controlling people was established as a world center of foundation ideology. All the techniques of Tavistock and American foundations have a single purpose, to break down the psychological power of the individual and render them helpless to resist world order dictators, he said. Any technique that helps break down the family unit and remove instilled principles of religion, honor, patriotism and sexual behavior is used by scientists at the Tavistock Institute as a weapon to control the mob. The inevitability of a World War III is increasingly painful, and in the Western world, war is still glorified by many. The most popular films are war movies, the most popular video games are war games. Albert Pike, the only Confederate soldier honored with a statue in the District of Columbia, had the following to say in 1871 about the future World War III. The war must be conducted so that Islam and political Zionism mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, again divided on this issue, will be forced to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual and economic exhaustion. Descendants of the tribe of Levi control the financial and religious arms of the empire. This includes the entire banking and political systems of the world. The Rothschild family is the most powerful banking family in the world. They are related to other powerful Levites, including the Cohens and the Levis. Descendants of the tribe of Joseph act as princes of the English-speaking world, while descendants of the tribe of Judea act as princes of the Spanish-speaking world. Secret world religion is the cult of Amen. Without knowing it, Jews, Christians and Muslims around the world honor Amen at the end of their prayers. Amen equals Amen equals Amen. Amen represents the essential and the veiled. The power elite thrives by keeping the masses in the dark. The black nobility belongs to the Committee of 300 Inches that controls the UN. Prince Bernard of the Netherlands had the power of veto over the choice at the Vatican for every pope selected. This explains the early end of the 33-day pontificate of Pope John Paul I. The prince's veto power stems from the fact that his family, the Habsburgs, are direct descendants of the last Roman emperor. Frederick III von Habsburg was the last emperor to be crowned in Rome. That is the civil equivalent of the Pope's apostolic succession, from St. Peter's. Prince Bernard was leader of the black families and he also claimed to be a descendant of the House of David through the Merovingian dynasty. A claim that was recognized as valid by the Carolingian dynasty that supplanted them, by other monarchs and by the Roman Church at the time. This allowed him to honestly say he was related to Jesus. Prince Bernard, however, is in fact related to the Khazars and therefore a pagan. That is, belonging to the same people or nation but who is not a Jew. But in this case is related to the synagogue of Satan. Supported by the CIA, Prince Bernard revealed the Illuminati's hidden ruling body as the Bilderberg Group, founded in 1954 at the Bilderberg Hotel in Oosterbeek near Arnhem. It is headquartered in The Hague, Netherlands. At the heart of the Bilderberg Group are 39 Illuminati members elected from 3 committees, made up of members of all the secret groups that make up the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Vatican and the black nobility. This commission works year-round in offices in Switzerland. The Committee of 300 now calls itself founder of world government for the benefit of the NWO. No doubt a reference to their hereditary claim to the divine right of kings. It is imperative to realize that the black nobility privately refuse to ever recognize any government other than their own inherited and divine right to rule. They believe that the United States still belongs to England, and work diligently behind the scenes to create conditions that will allow them to regain their crowns. Every royal and supposedly noble dynasty in Europe's past and present has a seat on the Committee of 300, usually by nomination. There are just too many of these royal families to have a representative for each of them on the Committee of 300. Priority is determined by rank, members of the royal family first, then dukes, earls, marquises and noblemen, with finally, ordinary citizens, who are usually given the title, Sir. According to Dr. John Coleman, there is more disclosure to follow. Keep your eyes peeled.